Hello everyone. We are a family of 4 from Finland. This is me and our kids, Julia and Joa. We are on our way to Sweden to purchase a boat. To Sweden we are traveling through a public transportation, which includes overnight ferry from Turku to Stockholm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. One is missing! Next morning the ferry arrived at Stockholm and from there we hop on a train to Hallsberg. From Hallsberg there was a small bus ride to Askersund. And finally, 30 hours later, we are at the boat. As you may have guessed, we didn't manage to carry everything with us from Finland. Luckily Bengt lent us his car, so we went shopping and find almost everything we needed. First couple of days went by investigating the boat systems in and out. This was our second trip to check the boat. In May, Bon Vivant was on hard and I got the chance to check her hull. Her batteries were not so good, so we made a deal with the seller to purchase a new one together. And so the deal was finalized and the Bon Vivant was ours. Power of Sweden is giving away from this boat. Finnishness and we as a family taking over the boat. Our new boat is Veneto First 38 from year 1984. We are now owners of the vessel that can take us almost anywhere. Not by her own, of course, so we need to learn how to move her where we like. And of course we need to upgrade her system so that it's safer for us to travel anywhere. There is time for that later. We have started sailing in 2019 from Finnish lakes, Keitele and Päijänne. We did that with a 24-foot sailboat, so jumping into a 40-foot boat is a big leap. And of course, soon we are first time at sea. This episode is the first part of taking ownership of the boat and sailing Bon Vivant to Finland. Ever since we started sailing, I have had a dream to drive through Göta Canal and explore Lake Vättern. Now that dream is reality. This channel, Sailor Wannabe, contains English dubbed footage from our Finnish language main channel, Sailing Aventura. Channel Sailing Aventura, you can find more detailed story of our sailing. There is also English subtitles made by me. In this channel, Sailor Wannabe, I will do these summary episodes and shorts in English. This episode contains first 12 days of our coming home from Swedish second biggest lake, Lake Vättern, through Göta Canal to sea and to Finland. I would be honored if you would subscribe and give me feedback what I can do better. If you don't mind hearing Finnish and reading subtitles, go also check my main channel, Sailing Aventura. Here, Bengt, the seller of the boat, is showing how to turn the Bon Vivant using prop walk. It was time to change the wind instrument on top of the mast and check everything on my way there. After a successful instrument change, it was time to do some sailing with Bengt. Nice. Here we go. First time with sails, 6 knots. With only reefed channel. Test driving dinghy. Let's see how many holes there is before Joa is back from the test drive. And of course we needed to make sure that the oven and the stove worked too. Here is our engine, Volvo Penta MD17D, original engine of the boat. It has been overhauled completely 20 years ago. These type of old engines are seawater cooled originally, but this has been freshwater cooled all his life. This means that the internals of this engine is solid iron and everything is made so that there is room for corrosion. So this should be a solid engine for the future as well. Couple of hours later. We planned to leave at noon, but everything does not go as planned. There was no power to the autopilot and the sonar didn't work either. All kind of electrical issues. Reason for the issues was that I had mixed positive and negative cable when installing new house battery. It was time to say goodbye to Askersund. Bengt with his daughters and grandchilds came to say goodbye for Bon Vivant. Hey! Bon Vivant has been big part of their lives for the past 20 years. See you on Sunday! We asked if the Bengt would like to come with us on the first day of Göta Canal to help us and ride Bon Vivant one last time. We would meet once again on Sunday. We had a couple of days to explore Lake Vättern before Göta Canal. There is one old mansion. Gentleman who used to live here was the same that built the church, which locates near Marina in Askersund. Nice buildings here in Sweden. Here we go, toward the archipelago of North Vättern, little river route. For the first time, we were free with Bon Vivant. Bengt showed us a couple of spots where we could anchor. Like typically in Scandinavia, we moored with stern anchor. Lake Vättern is second biggest lake in Sweden. It is about 70 nautical miles long and about 15 to 20 miles wide. Most of the islands locates north and west side of the lake. Compare it to a Finnish lake, where there is typically islands all over, and big open areas are typically under 10 miles. In Lake Vättern, biggest body of water is about 30 miles long, and the deepest part is over 100 meters deep. For the first time, mainsail is up and we are not moving anywhere. Alright, the first sailing with mainsail and genoa is done. The wind died down, or there is 1 or 2 meters per second, so iron genoa it is. The sailor made me promise that when we are middle of Lake Vättern, we are pretty close to that spot. You can't see shoreline there. There is couple of islands. So I should drink water of Vättern. That was on my mind as well. I have seen many videos that the water is pretty clear. Let's see how this goes. It is pretty clear. Yes, like Finnish tap water. Nice. Best seat in the house. We explored the islands on the west shore and ate lunch there. Storm was heading our way, so we sailed across the Vättern to Vadstena. It was 8th traveling day, so it was time to do some laundry. This castle was built in 16th century by Gustav Vasa. What kind of feeling does Mama have comparing sailing today and yesterday? Much better. Much more calmer and less action. We are going there under the bridge soon.
Päästäänkö me tähän irti?
Joo, päästään. Tästä pöditään. Göta Canal was officially opened 1832. It connects Baltic Sea from Mem to Kattegat at Göteborg. Göta Canal contains 58 locks and the height difference is about 92 meters. We have traveled through locks before in Finland. From Lake Keitele to Lake Päijänne there is channelway which contains 5 locks. But with the bigger boat I can't say that I was not nervous. Our buddy boat increased my stress level a little bit. 58-foot aluminum World Explorer that was made in New Zealand. American couple have bought it from Sweden and they were moving her to sea. I was just wondering if we can fit in the same lock. First lock was educational. Drop was about 20 centimeters. And there was plenty of room for us both. We were driving under a highway bridge. There was also railway bridges on the way, so needless to say that trains don't wait. Typically, before a railway bridge, all the boats piled up to wait for the bridge to open. There was also some stairs for the boat. 5 chambers in one. That's it for the first day locking. Now cross the Lake Vättern. We said goodbye to Bengt, hope to see you again. From this point on, we were on our own. At Lake Vättern, Julia wanted to do some steering as well. Camping areas serve a good place to rest for the night. Göta Canal is a big must-see place, so there is plenty of places to spend the night. If you want, you can rent a boat or just hop in one and enjoy. You can also walk, run and cycle all the channel route. There is dedicated path for that. We are at Borensberg. We just left here for the second day of Göta Canal, just like yesterday. There is some ships beside us. And still traveling with that big made in New Zealander aluminium motorboat in the same lock. Easy peasy. Happy sailor. Even though sailing is not allowed in this channel, but here we are motoring. Motor has performed pretty well. In front of us there's a first bridge and lights. Now we have at the first time visually drive it over the cars. I guess they don't understand Finnish imitation. Lake Roxen is pretty shallow, so there is typically pretty much waves. For the first time I can see and feel how Bonvipant behaves in following seas. Alright, here we have spent the night at Norsholm. It is this kind of caravan area where the night are spent in this channel route. The main building behind us. When we came here yesterday there was quite big gusts. We were sideways and about to hit the pier and everything like that. Maybe I will learn to handle the boat. Traveling should continue at 9 AM and today we are at last day in Göta Canal, so we should end up by the ocean at least to Mem. Here we are going. First highway bridge cleared, second ahead, which is no need to lift, there should be enough clearance. After that there should be one lifting bridge before first lock of the day. First lock of the day. Some more hassle because we needed to change the side. But we managed well. Even though there was plenty of boats in front of us, here we are. Alright, first lock for today conquered. There should not be any more of those stair type of locks. Maximum of 2 chamber combinations. Today we are traveling together with one motorboat and one smaller sailboat. En vit hästen som springer. That was a sample of my Swedish and my humor. Sentence was from Finnish comedy show from the 90s called Kummeli. Here I was worrying about the step that is upstream of the lock. Yellow line on the wall marks the edge of it. Take it a little tighter. Third and final day in Göta was visible in the cruise action. There was a certain calmness. Everybody knew what they needed to do, and they knew how to do it. One last lake to cross. We are at the last lock, soon we are at the sea. Let's turn around and park behind this big one. Let's see where this other sailboat parks. Good, let's tie it there first. That's it, we were at sea.
That was a nice trip. Se oli mukava.
This was 11th day of our trip. We have traveled to Sweden from middle of Finland, purchased a boat shores of Lake Vättern and driven her through Göta Canal to sea. I love medieval castles and ruins, so naturally we needed to stop at Stekeborg. Stekeborg was one of the Swedish most important fortresses and royal castles during Middle Age until the 17th century. Stekeborg was first mentioned in writing at 1310. Near of the ruins was also Church of Skalvik.
Bring me into golden sunlight. If I'm going with you, I know we'll get to the other side. I'm sinking in, I know this feels right.
Stekeborg was left behind. Gusts are calming down and let's continue our trip. Alright, we found a natural harbor. Skalle is the name of the island. Just north of Askersund. This was first part of our way home with Due to Us both. To this picture perfect sunset we end this episode. Please subscribe and give us a thumbs up.